Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for Tuesday, July the 20th. And with the Australian market here, the ASX200, we're looking at, wave 3 here with an A and a B with a triangle in the middle here, and then down for wave C. So we're looking for 5 waves in this move here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to play out here. And let's just get a closer look at this move down here. That will play out from the B wave to the C wave here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this. So that will finish off down closer to the 7-1 area. If we go into the tick chart and just break that down again, I'm going to make this video a little bit quick today because we're running behind schedule. So from wave B here, we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and going down, just breaking this trend down from 2 to 3 here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, and there's 5 waves in here for 3, 4, and 5 here. The 38.2% retracement level is back up at 72.46 area. So it can play out like this here, but obviously the US markets are a bit bearish, so maybe I've got this wrong here, but we expect one more wave to come down here, that's all, and it'll be roughly the same length as wave 1 here. Now this particular correction is in line with CBA. So it's going through its wave 3 and 4 correction. So if we look at CBA, so we've got CBA doing this here. So wave 3 here with an A and a B and a C wave here. I'm not quite sure if that's finished yet, but the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree is over here. I would expect sort of, I still think we've got further downside to come here for this, for markets in general as well. Well, if we look at the ASX, we've got a little wave 4 rally with another little move to the downside. So that's what we could look at here. Now, all of this here could just become the A wave. So let's just put this over here for a moment. So this could all just be the A wave here with a B wave here and a C wave over here. Not what you wanted to hear, of course, but this is what can happen, and this is what we'll need to be mindful of, okay? Because I'm tracking the ASX, and the ASX can do this as well. So this ASX, if I've got wave 4 here, this is all based on CBA here. And wave 4 can get complicated. If I compare the Australian market to the US market, then it would look like this here. And we could certainly be in this move here because some of the commodities like crude oil will be in this one as well. So in this case, we would come down a little further. So if we take wave 2 low here to the top of wave 3, so from intermediate wave 2 here to intermediate wave 3, it brings the 38.2% retracement level down even further into this space. Now, I don't know if that's the case just yet. We'll just have to see how this plays out up here for this. It's a pretty tight sort of correction, but this one. So that means that this can just get a little bit bigger. So we'll just have to be a bit mindful of that. So if that was going to play out slightly differently, then we would see this move down here, and then we would see an ABC pattern here for the B wave, and then down for the C wave here. So we could get a larger pattern unfolding here. I'm just monitoring the US market, so it may not be this severe, but I just think that we need to be mindful of what's going on in the US. Now, why is not that changing? Go to wave C, there we go. So yeah, so that could play out a bit further. So we just need to be a bit careful about this. So anyway, we'll get this 5 waves down here completed, and then we'll see what the US markets are doing, because this is what we're expecting at the US markets. Our markets started their corrections before the US markets. The US markets have started them from here. But the US markets still need to do an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. So if I can just bring that up here for a moment, this is what the US markets would be looking at here. An A wave down here, a B wave here, and a C wave here. So what's Australia going to do while that's going on, and other indices as well? So we need to be a little bit mindful of that. So with the S&P, we're looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here, and ABC, and then down from that point. So we'll need to monitor that here. And this market's also in line with, if we just cut straight through to crude today, for an example. So with crude here, we've got wave 1 and 2 here. And now we have to look at this here as 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and then 5 here with, because before I had this as 1 and 2 here, and looking at this as 3 and 4, but it's just collapsed. So we need to look at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And that means that, we won't be getting our Santos trade just yet. So this market will probably have 4 and then 5 here, and then an A and a B and a C wave here, and then another C wave over here. So an A and a B and a C there for wave 4. So that's the way that crude oil's going to go, and that's going to be the way the energy stocks are going to play out as well here for this. We are also seeing weakness, of course, in other markets. So let's just have a look at copper. So copper's finally like moving lower, like we wanted it to. So that's, well, not that we wanted, you know, the markets are the boss. We just need to do what we're told. We just move these out of the way here. So yeah, there's different ways to count all of this. I think just anyway, let's do one step at a time. This is probably just wave A here. It's been like this for a while though, isn't it? But we have talked about it before. That would leave wave B over here. Such. So we just need to be a little bit careful about this. So, but this would be a 1 and 2 in here, then a 1 and 2 here. So we're coming down here further for this. Okay. So at least you know that this is, the trend is lower. And iron ore. So iron ore's shown a bit of weakness as well. Once again, we're also looking at this as an A wave here, a B wave over here, and a C wave here. So perhaps this is finished yet. I haven't got time to go to the tick chart today, but even if there was another move up, it would probably be one move up, you know. So we'll just allow that to play out. I won't put that B wave there yet, but that's kind of what we're looking for. We shouldn't come down too far here, and the reason for that is we should be in some sort of flat correction or triangle. Because this here is in 3 waves here, then it should play out with another, well, this wave here being a little bit equal to this, but normally they just, a flat correction stays below the top and above the low here, except for an expanded flat. Well, still a running flat moves out too. So we're just looking at a regular flat here with a complicated wave B here with possible triangle. So yeah, we'll just allow that to play out. So this is going to cause weakness here for stocks. So if you want to move out of your FMGs and Rios and so on, well then this is the time to do it. So you've been told. So let's just check them out. First up is BHP in the US. So with BHP in the US here, we've seen it drop quite low here. So it's floating around 72. So it's definitely left this. It's definitely, we were looking for 5 waves up here and we're not getting those 5 waves. So we need to re-look at what we're doing here, and we'll need to work with the with the triangle pattern, but I won't go into that right now for this, but we are going to see this move lower here. So it's a little bit sort of complicated here now for this. So we're not going to get that 5 wave move up. We're going to be looking at so we're still in this correction by the looks of it. We're still in this correction. So it'll be something like this. I'll just ponder it a little bit more later, but that's where we are with this. So this could certainly occur for the Australian BHP. So you need to decide what you're going to do in this place. I'll need to understand this again as well, but I don't want to jump too. I mean, I've got a position in here, but the thing is that if CBA is going to move down, well, this is an opportunity for this market to move down. But once again, we could look at it as an A wave, B wave, C wave, D wave, and E wave here. So if this was going to move down, it would look a bit like this. But I don't know if that's the case just yet. Okay, so we'll just leave this in fold here, but if you're going to exit, then this is where you need to exit from this point. Unusual correction, really. But if we're left with 3 waves here, if we're left with a 3 wave move here, then it has to fit the triangle pattern, and that's the way we'll look at it. So that means we need to look at this as 3 waves, 3 waves here, 3 waves here, 3 waves here, and 3 waves here before heading higher. So I think we need to remove these guys. We can bring them over here. We'll need to look for an ABC pattern up there for that D wave, so I'll rearrange all of that, but at least you know where we are with that. And Fortescue as well. This B wave that I talked about up here is probably the case. I don't want to touch the wave structure here at the moment for this, but if you do want to get out, then this is the place to get out from, okay? So you'd want to be out here today for that. Get yourself to break even at that point, and much the same for Rio as well. That's going to be in a weaker situation. So if you want to move out of this, then now's the time. I'll leave that there. But yeah, you can just exit at that price. That'll probably gap down a bit. But we're left with 3 waves here. If this drops, I mean, technically, it needs to drop below here to tell us that this move up here is corrective. So I'll leave those 2 stops in play there. I'm just moving along a little bit quicker here. And yeah, what's next? So the Australian dollar is in play here as well. So I still like to remind ourselves that this move here is in 3 waves, so it's corrective. So this will all be part of the corrections as well. So an A and a B and a C. This has got further to go down. So if we look at this here as this last wave down here as 1 and 2 here. We're still looking for 3, 4 and 5 to play out here, so it's not finished yet. I still need to understand that third wave there, so there might be a little bit more to that. But we'll check on that shortly. You can check that in the charts anyway. But this is just to give you a bit of a general idea of where this is still heading. So we've still got a wave 4 and wave 5 to come down here with this. So probably into the 72 area to finish that off. Can it go down any further? Well, I think what we need to do is that, certainly, but what we'll do is once we've got this low in place, we'll look for the first impulse wave to the upside of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 to the upside. And then we can move in from that point on that wave B top there. Because once we've got 5 waves here, you could also buy the 61.8% retracement level, but you need to be sure that you've actually got, you know, that first impulse wave there. It's all about the impulse wave. And also too, that may not get you very far, but what it will get you is it will get you another 5 waves. Now it could continue on for that after that, but it'll give you 5 here, will give you another 5 over here. So it gives you enough time to make your entry and then bring your stops in and get it to break it, cover your costs, you know. You're a business person now. Okay, so that's that. We have a quick look at gold. I still got to spend a bit more time on gold, but I was just having a look at it and I was thinking that the move down here is, I mean, it's not, the whole thing's not over yet, but it does play out here as an A and a B and a C wave here. Now, it may be that this is just wave 4 playing out here, and then we'll go down for wave 5. I'm not quite sure about that yet, but any long trade would require a classic trading levels pattern sitting on this on this leg, on this number here for this, so that you would need a nice clear first high above the level, and then the ABC correction here, and then you can go long over here for that. But yeah, let's just see how that plays out. But this move down through here is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then another little 5 waves in here. So it can be an ABC pattern here. So our bullish run can still be there, but a move down through here would invalidate that, because a move down through here would give us an ABC pattern at this point, and then further downside at that point. So let's just see what we get here first before we take any further action on this. But we have cleared our positions out, so that may have been a mistake, but at the same time, I don't like to see a winning trade turn into a losing trade, so we've got to cover costs at all times. Okay, so I'll just leave it at that. I won't do Santos and those at the moment, and I won't do Newcrest until we can figure out what we've actually got here in this point. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Cheers.